You ever like hear like certain artists and they put like too much, like they force a lot of energy out into their music and it just sounds like off.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's exactly like how like in depth with a lot of new up and comers. But when I heard your music, I was like, oh, she just has it. You know,
Thank
like
you.
yeah, you're killing it. So I don't have an introduction for these type of interviews. Very indecisive. So I go by Tony Oddball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest,
Feraz,
Feraz. And where are you from?
I am from the Valley, but ethnicity wise, I am fully Jordanian, if you know where that is.
Mm,
Props, if not, that's okay. Middle Eastern, but I'm Jordanian American. I do speak Arabic though. So,
uh, oh wow. So which one came first, English or Arabic?
my first words were actually mama, baba. So, I guess, I don't know. But like my first word was Zaki, which means, and I was like on the table, like digging my hand into like this yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
and I said Zaki, which means yummy, which means like really good, like delicious. That was my first word. So I guess Arabic.
Mm. Okay. And then are you full Arabic or are you
Yeah,
like
fully Jordanian.
Jordanian? Okay. Well, dang. Okay, that's cool. So, like, how was like the whole upbringing? Like, were you born in America? Were you born in Jordan?
I was born here in Panorama City. Good
Mm-hmm.
old Panorama. Yeah. Um, yeah, I was born here, and the first time I visited Jordan, I was 18. So
Hmm.
I'm very Americanized,
Mm.
you know.
So, what was your experience like? Being over there in Jordan and such.
Um, well, I prepared myself for like the culture shock because like the religion and the way that we're allowed to dress and stuff. You can still dress how you want to dress, but so you don't get like eyed up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little more conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I love it. If you guys ever decide to go to Jordan, um, the Dead Sea is amazing. I'm sure
Mm.
you heard of it
Yeah.
before. And Petra is one of the seven wonders of the world. So I got to see that. Really cool.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I
Oh,
would never have thought about like visiting that kind of spot, but now just hearing about this Dead Sea and Petra alone is actually very interesting. I'm gonna look into it.
no, it's a whole city made carved out of rock. It's really cool.
Jeez. All right. Well, I'm gonna look into that right there for sure. So, tell me a little bit. Where this whole music career started. Coming up. What kind of inspired the whole upbringing up to where we're at right now.
I actually started acting. I was doing like the whole acting thing. I had an agent. Um, and then I was like, once I get into acting, I'm gonna get into music.
Mm.
And I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get into music.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the audition process and stuff. But I've been writing songs with my cousins for since I was a little kid. And I didn't get the courage to write until I was older, or the courage to be an artist till I was older. Um, and then yeah, I guess like ever since I was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I took it really seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
Oh
My
yeah, no.
dog
Take your time.
is making a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't worry about it. So about 4 or 5 years ago, you said that you were taking it very serious.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But like I took it really serious, and I started from the ground up. Like I had no idea how to do anything. Like I didn't know who to contact. I didn't know how to engineer, so I had to figure all that stuff out. Like I didn't know where to get beats, figured that out. And then I just started like building my network, and just from the ground up. Like I had no idea where to start, and then now I'm here, about to drop an EP, finally.
mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
excited about that.
Well, because I did come along with a couple of your singles. I When I first listened to now I remember now. When I first came across your music was actually through Destructo. Destructo, what's it called?
Destruct?
Yeah, Destruct. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I've been listening to like EDM as well sometimes. The DJ named Destructo. That's on me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but yeah, you guys collaborated on a song together. And I think it was on one of his projects.
Yeah, we joint projects on that one. Do the same.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have a music video about to drop once it's done. It's almost done. We're gonna drop that music video, and then we have another collaboration that him and I both joined it on.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Focus, and we have a music video for that coming out soon. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. He's good peoples.
Yeah, how do you
He's
guys
really, really like on his stuff. Like he is so driven. I really like that. Like I admire that from him.
Mm-hmm. How do you guys even like cross paths to begin with?
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
I meet so many people from Instagram. Like I just like their stuff, and I say hey. I engage with people. You know.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know, or you know. It's so true. Like just network.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram's a perfect place to network. And it's so like open. Like it's so you just DM them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then let alone you being a female yourself, you sliding into anyone's DM just to say hey I like your music, you're most likely gonna get a response. More or less.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of those people that like respond to, like I'll respond to you. You know, like if you're taking the time to listen to my music, like hell yeah, thank you. You know,
exactly.
Like I will show love any day. Mm-hmm. So I'm that type of person. I don't know if everyone is, but so far I've been getting like really good engagement and responses. I usually hit people up just to say like, hey, like I love your stuff. Like this is who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Then, I all the songs I've come across, I really like them a lot. I like Karma a lot. Karma's really good. It's one of those songs that really kind of just like sits in your head and you can't really get rid of it sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going through it when I wrote that song. I'm really glad it's kind of relatable. I feel like everyone might have gone through that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's one of my favorites. That was one of the first drops that I ever. My first single, technically.
Mm-hmm.
As Feraz.
Yeah, like would you say like End of the Day would be like one of your leading singles, especially since like you did like a remix to it?
Yeah, End of the Day is my latest single for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The remix just came out with Colors. Yeah, that one's cool. I have a music video for the original that I did that just dropped 2 months ago.
Yeah, how was that whole thing like brought together with the whole like music video process? Where you like directing it like yourself, or where you just like kind of like following like a guideline or something like that?
Yeah, well, I had an idea in mind. Like, I wanted I just wanted a simple, like, lovey-dovey kind of thing, because that's the song. And I basically directed it with Tyler. He's the one that filmed. And, like, my inspiration was, like, Umi, Remember Me. I don't know if you ever watched that. But she's dope. Check her out. But if you watch her music video, that was my plan. Like that's where I was going with it.
Okay. All right. I'm definitely gonna check that out later. You said Uni? What was the?
Umi. UMI.
Oh, Umi. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. So I'm gonna look into that one then. Yeah. So what's the writing process? When you go ahead and get into like whether it's the studio or just when you decide to just write music, like how's the whole like writing process for you?
My writing process, there's a lot of different types of writing. The way I write, I like a beat first. Like I want to like hear the music and like feel how the music makes me feel, and then I talk about something I'm going through or something that like I want to go through, or something like Karma is something I went through. Even Hold Up is something I went through. Like people like taking my hat off at hats were my thing. Like I used to wear them all the time. I'm wearing one right now. But like people would take them off my head and like, so that whole song was like a conversation. But I like to write before the studio. I don't like writing in the studio. I like just going in there, having it done, because I get I get super like anxiety, like I can't write. It's not that I can't write in front of people because I have, but like I rather just like be prepared, like not waste time.
Yeah, it's also like you're paying for the studio session too, so you don't want to like write
Yeah.
your money away and such. Yeah.
The way I'm writing my new EP though, I'm having my engineer. He's also a songwriter, super dope. Shout out, Musical Matthew, on Instagram. So we write together, and
Mm-hmm.
then we lay down like we basically lay down like the scratch vocals, and then technically I write in the studio with him. Like him and I just go at it, or I bring something half written, and then we write the other half together. So that's dope.
Yeah, like I kind of understand how that could be. Like I write music too. I don't make music myself, but I do write, and I overthink a lot whenever it comes to writing lyrics down, because I don't like to just do like the simple like nursery rhyme or like a simple like just face value wordplay. It's just like I like people to think about it sometimes, but also like enjoy repeating some of the things that that are written down. So like, how do you fight the whole overthinking for yourself, or like, do you overthink at all when you write music?
Oh, definitely. That's why I love writing with Matthew, because sometimes I'm like, I don't like it. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get stuck halfway through a song. Like I will write the verse, the pre-hook, and the hook, and then I'll be like, I don't know where to go with it. Even though like I already directed myself the right way, but exactly like you said, like I overthink. So having like Matthew or any co-writer writing with you, like they kind of take the pressure off of the overthinking, because now you have two brains working on something amazing.
Yeah,
So that's really cool to me.
it's definitely a good thing to have like like-minded individual around you, especially if like you're just working from the ground up and you're trying to like figure it out on your own, and now you have people around you to kind of help you like piece everything together. So yeah, that's actually really good.
I
You're
was
blessed.
I was totally against like having another songwriter. I used to be like, no, I'm gonna write my whole song by myself. I want like the respect out of it. But it's just like you also want it to be fun. So
Mm-hmm.
like having someone help you write a song, and like you guys come up with it together, and like you have two brains working on like something amazing, and you have like reassurance that it's dope. Like it's cool. It's so much. I think it's funner. I think it's more fun. Sorry, fun is
Yeah.
not a word.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, like, I agree, because sometimes the greatest piece of work really comes with like multiple people on a song, and but at the same time though, it's how you deliver it too. That's why people love Drake so much. Drake,
Mm-hmm.
many songwriters that he uses, but he is very talented to really make it hit. It resonates
He
with
has
you a
a
lot better.
formula. He got it down for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So I don't know. So tell me how it is right now with the whole independent ride you're going with right now.
It's cool. I mean, everything's out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing about independent artists. And I just lost my job because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been weird, but it's also dope. Like there's this indie artist label that technically is like a subscription based, called Hard Drive. Mickey Shiloh is the owner. She wrote for Britney Spears and like big names like that. And basically like everything's in your pocket, like resources, tools. Like if you need visualizers, they have designers. If you need mixing, they have like a whole list of mixers, and they give you discounted prices. It's super dope. I just signed to them. I'll tell you how it is maybe in the future, but so far the community is dope, and I have nothing bad to say about them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Hard Drive, HRDRV.com. It'll make the whole indie artist thing a little easier, especially if you're starting out. So that's my advice for that. But I think I want to stay independent unless like the deal is amazing. I hear horror stories, and then like you don't really need to sign anymore, and you don't want to give half of your money away, especially if you're,
Like if you're already making the money on your
investing
own.
so much.
Yeah, like if you're already making the money just from doing everything yourself, like why am I gonna pay other people and give them more money then I could just be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not totally against it. It's just like right now I'm chilling. Like it's fine. Like everything, you know, if that day comes, I'll figure it out. But yeah, right now the indie thing is cool. It's happening. Hard Drive is helping. I have like a team now. I have like I've built people around me that can help. I'm in a master's degree, or I'm getting a master's degree in music business administration. So like literally everyone around me is music related. Like they're into music, or they want to get into music, or they love music. So it's dope. Everything's cool right now.
I mean, coming from a person that that's not really surrounded with that crowd, but that's so invested and like that's all I could think about all day. For you to have all that type of people around you, it's really hard to like slack off. Like you just feel like, okay, like what else can I do? And I think that's awesome.
It's pushed me so much. Like I built my website because I started this program. Like I had an internship with a music label. They were like emo punk rock, and like just interning there also pushed me, and I got that because of school, you know, and because of the like people throwing like, hey, there's an internship, apply to this from my school. So that's dope.
Oh, it is dope. What school did you go to?
I go to CSUN, Cal State Northridge.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking about going back to school myself for music business. I did take a semester, and like I liked it. I loved it. I had zero problem in it. I just never went back. And I think that was because that's when I started doing my first interviews, and then I ended up having like a pretty cool following, but then like I got comfortable way too quick, and so, it's finally coming back into play now, and just getting everything situated, and all that. Because I'll tell you this much: I don't know how you keep your tools sharpened when it comes to like writing music or recording yourself as it is. If you take some time off, you will get rusty. So, like, how do you practice every day on your craft?
I should. No, I usually do. I'm either always singing or trying to write, or, like, someone says something that, like, sparks, like, a song idea, and I'll write it down in my notes on my phone. Like, just some cool stuff that they said. Or, like, a phrase, So I feel like I'm always, like, thinking about, like, what I can write about next, or like how this can help a song that I already started writing. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, what artists or bands like inspire you to create the music that you do?
I want to say like my biggest influences are JoJo. Like one of them, I don't know. I've always like looked up to her because she's a little older than me, and like she was a kid when she came up, and like I was a kid, and I was like, yo. She's so good, and I've been a fan like ever since. So JoJo, right now Sabrina Claudio, even though my music's nothing like hers, but like she like drives me because I also met her, so she's super dope.
And I used to play her music so much on dates. Yeah. It's very
I got a sexy playlist. She's all over it. Yeah.
I think everyone should have those playlists.
Yeah. I want to say my biggest influences right now, like people I look up to right now that I aspire to be, they just dropped an EP and an album. Colette Lush, she goes by like Ginger. She's super cool. I think she's from LA too. And then Isla, she has this song Juice on her first EP. So good. And she just dropped her second EP.
Is that is that spelled out ILAH?
ILYA?
Okay.
ILYA. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a call. I just declined. Yeah, wow, okay. So I'll take them to those ladies. Is that all the people that you kind of like that kind of inspire you to make the like does it help with like your recording process, or just they kind of drive you to like go ahead and make music yourself?
They kind of drive me to make music myself. For sure.
Okay. Well, I do know this other personality. She just started her own podcast, so quick drop. shout out the Homegirl Fox podcast. She was actually tied with JoJo. So
Oh,
definitely,
sick.
yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
meet that girl one day and tell her how much I love her.
No,
Love
yeah,
Jo.
absolutely. I'm telling you, just go ahead and reach out to Sammy Joe. Maybe you can even go on a podcast in general. Like she's dope, super dope, and that's like my what would it be called? That's like my friendly rival, basically. Like
Mm.
she's been putting in so much work, and I'm striving to get there and such, and see what happens from there. But definitely reach out to her. I'll even like I'll show her yeah,
Yes,
I'll show her
yes,
your music and
please.
stuff.
Be friends.
Yeah, and then I think you guys will hit it off. So as of collaborations, aside from Destruct, are there any other like artists that you're like currently working with, or you plan on working with anytime soon?
There's a lot of artists that I want to collaborate with. I love collaborating.
Mm-hmm.
I want to collaborate with my best friend, Kat Rushdie. Shout out. She's gonna have music out soon.
Okay.
There's so many people. Why can't I think of them right now?
It's kind of like one of those things where you get put on the spot, and it's like, oh man, like I know who I want to work
Nothing is
with.
planned yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I can't think of it. But I also have like another collaboration that's already out. It's called "Flowers for the Dead Girl" by with Rodell. That was pretty cool. It's trippy. He has trippy ass music.
Mm-hmm.
And like at first I'm like, this is not my style. But then like I heard his stuff and I was like, this is, I don't know. Like that day that he sent me I wrote like the whole verse. I'm like, this is not my type of thing, but this is dope. So I did it and like I sent it in like the same day. It was sick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So this is like a new question I just thought of right now. So I believe I'm gonna try to do this in every other tongue tied. Sorry about that. I believe I'm gonna do this in every other interview after this point. But this whole quarantine lockdown thing going on, let's say that this lasts for a whole year, 1 year only, and somehow the internet goes down. You only have 3 albums that you can really check out. What albums do you listen to for the rest of the year?
Okay. I can only have 3 albums. The Weeknd.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, forget albums. Let's go artists.
After Hours.
Yeah, but we'll do artists in general. So like every artist, even the discography, like the whole discography you could have for the rest of the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, The Weeknd. The Weeknd. Party Next Door. Cause he just dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like his old albums better. But I still listen to his first 2 like all the time. I feel like I have to look. This is a tough decision, you know?
Yeah, it's like asking who's your favorite kid, and you're like, oh shit, do I really want to say it?
You can't answer that question.
Yeah.
You know what? Kiana Lede is dope. Oh, sorry, no, scratch that. Well, she's dope, yeah, but like Janae Aiko, all of her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Janae Aiko.
Yeah. What do you think about her new project that came out?
I love it.
Yeah.
BS is my favorite song. Well, first my first favorite song before I heard this album was Triggered. Then the album came out. BS is my favorite. None of Your Concern. I don't know. It's just so good. She never disappoints me ever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like my personal favorite on that song was definitely the Absol feature. I believe it was One Way Street. I think that's what the name of the song was. And I liked it because it brought back like her older like style back when she was on like Sail Out and all the
He was
different
on there
ones.
too.
Yeah, and I really I loved it because it kind of brought her like older like style back, and it was like kind of just like an appreciation like towards it. So I loved it a lot. It was really good. Yeah. So with this whole quarantine going on, how have you been keeping yourself sane? What have you been doing to keep yourself productive? Any advice for those that are struggling with this whole lockdown?
To be honest and transparent, like the past couple days, I kind of been like in a weird, depressed mood. And like that's kind of like made me a little stagnant on productivity. But you gotta snap out of it. Like I gave myself like a few days, like it's okay, just take this day and like chill out. It's fun. Um,
Yeah, sorry about that. We have pets here
it's
sometimes.
okay. It's all good. Um, but usually singing makes me feel better. But any advice to anyone watching this, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, just give yourself a couple days, and then, I feel like a good mood will just come out of nowhere. That's what happens to me. I just, like, wait for, like, some positive vibes.
Hmm.
Like, today I was super positive, and, like, yesterday I wasn't. And,
Yeah.
like, it just comes to me. Also, try to be in the sun, because being stuck in the house, like, really messes with you.
Yeah, absolutely. There'll be days where I'll be locked in all day and I'll be feeling like a lot more heavier. I also don't know if it's because of the food I eat now, but yeah, I just feel like very sluggish. But then when you walk into your backyard or front yard, you feel the sun for like a good like 10 to 15 minutes, like you'll feel energized. That's one thing for sure. You know, what is it? Vitamin D? Yeah, vitamin D, the real thing. Go in the sun a lot more. Use,
Necessary.
yep, you gotta take your pale ass into the sun. Get yourself a tan as well. All right. So, any other future projects you're able to touch on and like feel free to speak about?
Yeah. My EP was supposed to drop May 3rd on a Sunday. I was going to have a whole show, EP release listening party. That has to get pushed back because, the pandemic and people's health, which is important, which I'm okay with. But it'll probably be out in June or July. But it's going to be like a collection of 4 or 5 songs. I have most of them ready. I'm like so ready. I'm just so ready. It's more of like R&B with a little pop in there. And yeah, look out for that.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. And another question before I let you go too. Performances. How you been feeling with the whole performances? Are there any like memorable ones that you've had?
Performances. So I have like a whole band together now that I really want to perform with a live band. But we haven't performed yet, and I'm still getting everything ready, and like, everyone's just practicing all their stuff. But as of shows in the past, I can't really think of any. I kind of just did some for practice,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't really perform like I used to, so I'm trying to get back into it.
Okay. Are there any rituals that you do before you go on stage and perform?
Try to warm up, keep my voice warm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually in the bathroom a little bit before warming up. I really want to like have a ritual, but I really don't yet.
Yeah. Like
I'm not there. I feel like I need help with that.
we have time. You just got to you're finding your whole rhythm, your own groove, and everything. And me, I'm still learning how to get comfortable before I start these interviews as well. So it's a learning process. You learn as you go, and such. And the best thing about it is that after every one that you do, whether it's like a performance or whatnot, you'll see, okay, this worked for me. This didn't work for me. This is a problem I have. This is what I need to work on, or this is what I like a lot. So it's a whole learning constructive thing, and just keep it up. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. So, are there any where do you see yourself in 5 years? And we'll end it on this question right here. Just so I don't like keep like blindsiding you with them. But yeah.
I want to have at least like 2 albums out in 5 years. I want to have already gone on a U.S. tour and going on an international tour. I want my name known. Like I want people to know, like, hey, that's Feraz. But who knows? I'm just like living day by day. Like, like I'm trying not to think too much about the future because I get anxiety. And like that whole like artist mentality where you're like, or and like the doubts come in, like what if I don't make it? But it's like if you don't think about that and you're just like, hey, like right now I'm doing this and this is what's gonna happen, like right now, tends to put the pressure less on me, you know. And like I don't like to have. It's not that I don't like having too high of expectations. I rather just not have expectations and like surprise myself and see what happens. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
We'll see, you know, like everyone supporting me right now is what's gonna make me, you know, either blossom or not. And that's why I give everyone like undivided attention when they give me any love, because it's dope, you know, like people take the time to listen to anything that I post or like repost my stuff. Like I really acknowledge that. And it's really up to, you know, how that goes.
Yeah. Dang. So, do you have any last words or any words of wisdom before we head out of here?
Follow your dreams, kids. Trust me. Just do it. Just do what you want. See what happens.
There we are.
That's my advice.
That's really good advice. Very loud, on your face type of advice. That's good. All right, so just like my intro, I don't have an ending to this, but I do go by Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation with a very special guest.
Hey, Feraz.
Cool. You know, thanks again. Very appreciative of your time. And yeah.
Thank you for setting this up and like reaching out.
Definitely. I mean, you know, we're in a lockdown. You know, might as well make the most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. You know, you can't
By the
stop
way,
work.
I think this is my first interview.
I believe so. I tried to find any information. I couldn't find anything about it.
Yeah, I think this is my first interview.
Well,
Yeah.
we definitely got to get an in-person one soon. Like,